The center left. PGA Tour 2K23.
UK Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player is looking to beat Lydia Ko, which, let's be honest, will take all their skill and poise.
Oh, absolutely. This will be a certain KO for this player. I can't imagine that Lydia's going to let anybody beat her. When we talk about young phenoms, Lydia comes to mind. She's got it all.
Ding, ding, ring that bell. Let the bout begin. That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. That was a gallant attempt. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's currently tied for second. The first of our birdie opportunities comes second, par 5.
Driver not necessarily required here because you have to shape your tee shot from right to left, and if you're a right-handed golfer, that's not the easiest thing to do. So lefties have a better opportunity, I think, of finding this fairway than most with driver. From there, a second shot over a long bunker to a green that's very narrow, dotted by pot bunkers. Truly is one of the coolest par 5s on this layout.
That's a poor lie. Will he be able to get out of here?
Yeah, this is not what they wanted. There might be a couple of hits here.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently in 4th place.
Good shot. That's clutch. What a way to save your par.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
Steady on. A par putt awaits. That's a disappointing stroke. That's a push. And that putt will drop. Well done. Moving down the leaderboard after that hole. Let's take a look at the par 3 third. Straight away mid-iron to short iron shot.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
And if this can go down, he'll save par. Just didn't drop. You know, Luke Donald once made all 400 plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. Back-to-back bogeys is never nice, but then she goes.
And making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Sitting at 2 over for the event. Well, the 4th is another great example that it doesn't need to be a long par 4 to be a testing one. This 4th can be menacing, can't it?
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green: the front, the right, and the back left. All of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Oh, so close. A chance to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard here. That wasn't your best effort, was it? And this one will be for double bogey. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
Double
She
bogey,
made
bro. You
bogey,
gotta be
gave one
positive
back
in
on the
this
last
game, bro.
hole.
Nice little sand shot there. Came real close. And after that effort, that's how it looks. All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole, this one, isn't it?
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Getting ready to play their third. 4 strokes off the lead. And this one is for his par.
They've got this putt to tie Lydia Ko.
Ooh, a little bit of a rush of blood by the looks of it. Yep, well holed for bogey. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. The tee shot at the par 4 6 has changed a lot now that that tree's been taken out of the way, Rich. But what do you think of this short par 4?
I missed the tree. I thought that was a really cool feature of this hole. You had to flight it underneath the tree back in the day to find the fairway. The bunker down the left-hand side has been expanded quite a bit as the lake on the left-hand side has been added as well. The front part of this green is protected by tall palm trees that will certainly make you think on your second shots. This is a wonderful little par 4.
Wow.
That's not what she wanted. Okay, time to return to the action. And the cart path is not always a bad place to be. Just pick the ball clean. That's not the outcome they were after.
And coming up well short.
A spot in the top 20 awaits if they can make this putt. The dreaded shove always hurts on the greens. Putting for bogey here. And that putter's hold, and that means it's back-to-back bogeys, unfortunately.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
As we go from a wonderful little par 4, we go to a challenging, longer par 4, the 7.
And as you can see, there's a long fairway bunker down the left-hand side that makes you believe there's more room left than you actually have. It's just not there. Players should be looking a little bit further right. If you find the fairway, your second shot should be straightforward. In fact, Luke, I made a 2 here one time, so that shows you how simple this hole can be.
They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
He's got this for his par.
Oh, just missed. And this putt to move into the top 20. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently 1 stroke better than her rival and playing partner today.
Oh, that one's straight at the pipe.
Ooh.
Oh, that's beautifully judged.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
I'm gonna lose this battle, bro. Something
The 8th
dramatic
hole,
gotta
a long
happen.
par 3 stretching 240 yards at its maximum. It's no sleeper, that's for sure.
I don't find anything sleepy about this hole. The front of this green is so narrow. There's no place to land it, especially when they put the flagstick there. This hole will grab your attention, as it should, because it's a long iron to a sliver of an opening. Even when they put the pin on the right-hand side, you want no part of it. The center of the green all day long here.
A bit long on that one. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Ooh, just missed that one. A bogey putt awaits. And down it goes. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. The final hole on the opening 9 at TPC Sawgrass Stadium course, Rich, is a clever 3-shotter.
Par 5, 583 yards from the back. Most players will play this as a 3-shotter. Just find the fairway out to the left, second shot out to the right, sets up a very simple 3rd shot to a very narrow green. Miss it right or left, good luck getting it up and down.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. And he's safely on the green. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This one will run uphill.
Wonderful putt. And that puts some real pressure on their rival now. Nine holes down into this rivalry, Rich. How are you rating their performance so far?
Well, they are doing better than their rivals, so that's good news, but there still is lots of golf to play. Should provide us for an entertaining week, that's for sure. Yeah, that's just not going to work for him.
Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
See.
Oh, that's great.
I thought it was
Just
gonna
missed
lead.
the hole. Setting up in some very deep rough. And choosing the 8-iron here. This one looks like it's going right. Do you think they drew that up differently in their mind?
Now, coming out of the rough, missing the green was always in the cards.
Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this. No, that's too bad. It's just about 3 feet away. Oh, that looks like a pure stroke. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole.
Ooh.
Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this hole.
This is their 5th shot.
Needs a little ground help to the left.
And not a bad approach. He'll be putting. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup. Yeah, putting for bogey here.
And down she goes.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Sitting at 9 over par. Well, the tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just a decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? And this putt coming up for his par. A bit too much pace on that one. This looks good. Looks like they may have pushed that one. This next putt for double bogey. Currently at 11 over for the round.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 3 13th.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Lovely touch. Well played.
Judging it beautifully.
Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. Penny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
This one should find the rough. Unable to find the green on this one.
Yeah, story of the day for this player is just missed too many greens. You can't afford to do that.
That's a wonderfully played chip shot there.
Great touch.
Okay, so that finishes that hole. Sitting at 11 over for the day. The par 4 15th again requires another strong tee shot because there's some trees in the way, Rich.
Players do hit through a chute off this tee shot, which makes it a little bit simpler, I believe, for the players. Bunker down the right-hand side is no good because you'll have trees blocking you out with your second shot. If you miss it left into the pine straw, now you've got some trees blocking you out there, so finding the fairway is imperative. This green is no fun. You find the center of the green and you might be able to putt every single day, but in all reality, you have to find the correct section in order to give yourself the best look at making a putt.
And he's hit that inside the range.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. Okay, steady now. Just 3 feet to the cup. Okay, let's head to the next. Sitting at 12 over for the round. As we head to the 16th tee, the famous par 5 reached the start of the gauntlet.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left, start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot. If not, it could come up and bite you.
Splash. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this whole location. Yeah, this is lovely.
This is from miles away. That's disappointing. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Good putt, that. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
Rich, fortune favours the brave at TPC Sawgrass, but no more than here at the 16th.
You better be confident in what your abilities are, because if you get it wrong, you'll find out in a hurry with this second shot here at 16. You miss it right, you're in the drink. You miss it left, you're going to be in some mounds. You can catch a nasty lie, and that's not any place you want to be. It really is a difficult shot from over on the left-hand side. One of the most underrated difficult shots on this golf course. However, you're brave, find the center of the green, make eagle. Well, life's good.
Well struck. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
Oh, she's taken the lead in this rivalry, but can she hold on to it?
Oh, what a shot from there. Take your hat off to them. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Yeah, guys, he's got 28 feet here. Little birdie look in here.
The old hammer hands putt. 7 feet to the cup. They'll be disappointed with that one. That was a pushed putt. Bogey putt coming up here. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's head to the finishing hole. This wonderful par 4 18th. Wonderful only if you're a spectator.
It's wonderful if you're not playing it for a lot of cash. It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green, somehow also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole. Probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Top effort, that. And that signs off on today's round. So the opening round in the books, Rich. Impressed with your efforts here in the booth. Thanks for your time.
Well, I tell you, it's always a pleasure working alongside you there, my friend. 3 rounds to go. Should be fun.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam. And on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now.
That's crazy.
PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Players' Championship. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Elvey with Rich Beam here as we keep an eye on this player who's been trailing in the tournament but has a real opportunity today.
They do. They need to get out there, though, and start firing at some flags. They've been playing very conservative all week long, and you can't continue to do that with any hopes of winning. You have to go ahead and start trying to take advantage of the conditions. Hit it close a few more times. And until they start doing that, I don't see them catching the leaders.
Well, it's all promising to be a good day. Can't wait to see what happens. A chance to save the par if he can make this one. And that's an opening hole par for this player.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
Lydia Ko is currently on top spot as we pause for a look at the leaderboard. Looking at a par 5 here.
Drive it out to the right-hand side to give yourself a good look at reaching this green in 2.
That's really not what we were looking for.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, that's a tad disappointing, finding the branches there. Getting ready to play their third. Needs this to kick a bit left. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. He's currently sitting in 6th position. Let's see what happens here at the third hole.
Par 3, just 177 yards from the back, but this green is always firm. Be wary of that.
Oh, that one's bouncing around in the branches. Far from ideal. I tell you what, there's been some great golf being played all over the course. Let's have a look at this. Well, that's high quality.
Ooh,
I'm sure they're aiming for it, but for it to go in, that's awesome. And the pine needles can always be a 50-50 lie. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Nicely holed. And for par.
New notification. New game invite.
He's currently tied for 5th.
Press the big message. PGA Tour 2K23.
Here we are at the 4th hole.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long, snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Will Zalatoris as he gets set for his next shot here on the 17th.
Come on, ball, don't deny him.
You always like that on long putts when you just have to go ahead and tap it in stress-free. Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B to point. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots, and now just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 6th.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Well, by my estimation, they're looking at 110 here.
That got caught up in a few of the branches.
Yep, they Houdini'd that. That's brilliant.
Here's a putt to move into a share of top spot on the leaderboard. Was on a good line. Putting for par. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And now this player sits in second behind the leader, Lydia Ko. That was wonderfully done. From around 120 yards here. Currently a shot off the lead. That should find the sand. And he's not hit the mark on that approach. From the sand, looking to get up and down. A chance to move into first place here.
Surely it's going to.
That putt went a bit long there.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
Checking in on the leaderboard, this player is currently tied for first with Lydia Ko.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. This is one of those lengthy putts. Good one just to get close.
This is all that's left to pull ahead of Lydia Ko. They're going to try to apply some pressure here.
It looks like he pushed that one. This one for bogey. And that's a couple of bogeys on the bounce, I'm afraid.
Yeah, making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
The ball looked a little thirsty. This lie won't be too bad in the first cut.
This one's heading towards the cabbage.
Yeah, this lie's pretty deep here. I'm not sure that's what they had in their mind. That's further right than they wanted.
Looks like they pushed this one.
Playing their fifth shot. He's currently tied for the lead. This putt is about 8 feet.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
And that's for a bogey. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, this rivalry we've been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn, and it'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Coming off a streak of 3 bogeys. Oh, caught up in some branches. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Henny, how bad is this lie?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the sand.
And here we are with their 4th. Just a stroke behind the leader. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. Ooh. Time to make a putt here. This one's for double. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And it's New Zealand's Lydia Ko who leads here as we head to the next. And they'll have to compose themselves now with this tee shot after a double bogey at the last.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers on the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going for it in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
Got some good distance on that one. From around 170 yards here, just 2 shots behind. That should set up another chance. Well, Rich, think they can make this one?
Luke, I really don't think this is going to happen, but you know what? I've been wrong before, and it could happen again.
Big putt for par coming up. Just one off the lead after that hole. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
That's disappointing.
Distance control nearly impossible coming out of this rough.
A share of top spot on the leaderboard awaits if they can make this putt. That's a disappointing stroke. That's a push. Putting now for a bogey. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Let's see what happens here on the 13th hole, shall we?
So many different levels to this green on the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole in one, but watch out if you hit the wrong spot on the green. It'll be difficult to 2-putt from there.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. Ouch, that hurts. And this one is for bogey. And down it goes for consecutive bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Yeah, that was a safe play. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 26 feet from the cup. What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
That one raced by. Bit of work coming back. Yeah, that putt looked pushed. This next putt is for bogey. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. And with that hole, they're sitting in 2nd place behind the leader, Lydia Ko. Is this one heading into the sand? And from the bunker here. Okay, let's get those 2 important things back, timing and tempo. Oh, it's a little wayward, bouncing through the branches. Oh, that'll hurt. 3 consecutive bogeys. And a par putt awaits him. Ooh, right by the hole. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. In she goes. Let's head to the next. We have a par 5 on this one.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the 2nd shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward 2nd.
Rich, fortune favours the brave at TPC Sawgrass, but no more than here at the 16th.
You better be confident in what your abilities are, because if you get it wrong, you'll find out in a hurry with this 2nd shot here at 16. You miss it right, you're in the drink. You miss it left, you're going to be in some mounds. You can catch a nasty lie, and that's not any place you want to be. It really is a difficult shot from over on the left-hand side. One of the most underrated difficult shots on this golf course. However, you're brave, find the center of the green, make eagle, well, life's good.
Time for number 8. 3 strokes off the lead. Uh-oh, this one's heading to the hazard. Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
Looks like they have a good lie here in the second cut.
That's out to the right for sure.
Straight push.
And it's Lydia Ko on top of the leaderboard. Here we are in front of a par 3.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
And gets that putt of distance to go. Oh, we'll take that and a spot in the top 10 to boot. Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18th.
It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole, probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. Oh, these are big momentum putts. Let's make this one from 9 feet. Wow, that's misjudged. That's annoying. You should make that. A double bogey putt in front of them. And that'll be all she wrote today. Well played. So, 2 rounds in the books, Rich. Not a bad little day's work, I think.
New notification.
2 more to go.
New
Looking forward
messages.
to seeing what happens.
Press the
in the
PS
final
button for
36.
details.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. PGA Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Players' Championship. Today's coverage is about to start. Pleased you could join us for this 3rd round action. I'm Luke Elvey with my mate Rich Beam in the booth. And Beamer, this player really hasn't been getting it going in this tournament, finds himself trailing the lead. What are your expectations of them today?
Well, certainly they're stuck in second gear out there, aren't they? They just make a birdie or 2 and then they give it back with a bogey. So they need to quit making mistakes. They need to go ahead and start putting this thing in 3rd and 4th gear and start cruising down the highway a little bit quicker, because right now they're trailing. They can't afford to give any more back.
Oh, I can't wait. Salivating to see how today's play goes. Left yourself an opportunity. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Looks like they may have pushed that one. This is a bogey putt coming up. Starting the round above par today.
Just the thing they didn't want to have happen. An opening bogey. Hopefully that does not set the tone for the rest of the day.
That's not the one he wanted. Second shot on the second. Oh, you see that one bouncing around the branches like a pinball machine? Never easy playing out of those fairway bunkers. Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. And this putt is for a big 4 on the scorecard. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? That'll sting a bit. Just a 4-footer remaining. He'll be disappointed with that one. That was a pushed putt. This one's for bogey. And the putt drops, but that's back-to-back bogeys now.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Going with the 8-iron here. This one's headed right, Rich. Just a little off with the accuracy there. Unable to find the green. That's almost a gimme. Great chip.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Teeing off here at the 4th.
Just a small little twisty par 4. Just going to take out a fairway wood, find the fairway, and from there you're going to have a small second shot, probably a wedge. 3 distinct sections to this green: the front, the right, and the back left, and all of them have their difficulties when hitting your approach shot into them. However, in my mind's eye, if you find the fairway, you should have a decent look for birdie.
That's tidy. Putting hasn't been the strength today. Hopefully that can change right here.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Just didn't drop. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. It looks like he pushed that one. Putting for a bogey. Well holed. Let's move on. It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th.
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot into this long, thin green.
Eddie, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Nah, this is so good. The bunker isn't even a trap.
That's not going to find the fairway. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Oh, a lovely opportunity to save par here. Oh, that's frustrating. 3 feet to go here to the hole. The putt goes in, and that's back-to-back bogeys.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
That's not what they hoped for. I'm definite about that. Going with the 9-iron, I think.
What a shot from the rough. This is gorgeous.
Well, that's a handy shot. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. That's a disappointing stroke. That's a push. No, that's too bad. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. The game can be frustrating, can't it? And this next putt, it's for bogey. Okay, as we move along, it's Lydia Ko in top spot. Quality shot, that one. Playing from around 150 yards here. Could roll into the rough on this one.
Open club face. This one was a push.
Always frustrated by missing a green. Setting up to play the shot here from the green side rough. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Just hammered that through the line. Just a 4-footer remaining. Don't want to miss it. Could be costly. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Just a couple to play here on the opening 9. Here's the tee shot at the 8th.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
It's on the green, but still a fair way away from the flag. Oh, he's up, Tiger. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. That limits the damage. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. This hole is a par 5. Right into the water on that one. And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Uh-oh, this one's out, heading towards the rough.
Oh, well done. Playing their 4th shot. This putt for par here. That's disappointing. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. The dreaded shove always hurts on the greens. We don't want to drop any more shots. Let's make this for double. Job done. Let's head to the next. We've reached the beginning of the back 9, the 10th. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 150 yards.
Well, that's not ideal. Finding the trees. No, that's not the shot they wanted. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Oh, from one bunker to another. That's got to hurt. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
Oh, so close. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. A bit long on that one. And this next putt is for triple bogey. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And it's New Zealand's Lydia Ko who leads here as we head to the next. Time now to forget the horrors of the last and focus on this next tee shot.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers on the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going for it in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
Well, that was a good strike. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out.
That's going to find the water, sadly. Time for the 5th shot.
4 right.
Looks like they pushed this one.
That's not the shot they're after. Here's their 6th shot. $15 feet to the cup. Appears to have overcooked this one. Good stroke. That gets the job done. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Time to face a par 4 now.
Par 4 12th, a new design in the last couple of years. Water all the way down the left-hand side, but it's a drivable par 4. Most players will bail out to the right, but the brave ones will take on the green with their tee shots. 2s and 3s are easy to come by, but so are 5s and 6s if you get it out of position.
Wow, did this come out beautifully.
That dog will hunt.
Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
Luke, I just don't see this happening. I tell you, I'd love to see this player prove me wrong, though.
Super shot, that. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. Time to play one of the one-shotters.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
Well hold. And it's Lydia Ko on top of the leaderboard. This hole here is a par 4.
If you hit it down the left-hand side, the golf ball will chase a long way, but you'll be blocked out by some trees. You hit it out to the right, you're going to be on top of a mound, but you'll have a really good idea of what's in front of you. This hole historically plays as one of the toughest ones on the back 9, and it's all because of where that green sits. It sits from right to left with a decent amount of movement in it. It is not straightforward at all. This hole causes players all kinds of problems.
No green in red, but a chance to save their par. Good putters will make these right on 5 feet.
Trying to save par here.
Oh, looked like they hinged in that stroke. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. This hole's a tough 2-shotter, a long par 4.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3.
That's a heavy lie this player has drawn. Is that right? I think so. That's not what they were looking for.
Hard to control the distance when you're coming out of the rough.
Oh, well played.
Such soft hands.
Down it goes, but that's back-to-back bogeys. Time to lift.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Now with the honor on a par 5.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
Oh dear, that one's heading to the water. Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Oh, no. This is nasty. Just no.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. And that one's headed to the drink. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Sitting up here from about 160 yards.
I ain't gonna make this.
This golf ball could go sinking to the bottom.
Well, this rough looks to be lush and thick, doesn't it?
He's going to have to go down after this one, try and dig it out as best he can and hope for the best.
That always looked wet, didn't it? And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Now he's eyeing up around 160 here.
This could be wet. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 17th.
Par 3 17th, 137 yards, island green. I've actually seen a caddy throw it onto this green, but with a golf club in your hand, can you hit the green?
This would be a great up and down. And here we are with the third shot. Certainly makes putting easy if you can chip it that close.
Gotta say,
His short game is phenomenal.
Our leader is up by 4 shots now. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18.
Par 4, 462 yards, and you're going to find out what kind of player you are when you tee off here. How brave are you? How much do you trust your swing? If you find the fairway, that's a great start, but the second shot awaits.
Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Yeah, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Bit too heavy-handed there. Was on a good line. Putting for bogey. The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. Okay, Rich, just around the play now. What an exciting finish we've got coming up.
Yeah, so far 54 good holes of action. Hopefully 18 more to come tomorrow.
On behalf of myself, PGA Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam.
Really looking forward to the action out there on the course today, Luke. Ooh, that was a little bit of an interesting pass at it.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Distance control not easy when you're coming out of the rough.
And he needs this to save par. Looks like they may have pushed that one. It's just about 3 feet away. Ooh. This putt is for double bogey. Ouch, that's not the way they intended to start their day, Rich.
Nope, it looked like you were out there, Luke. Lucky to get away with a double bogey.
This one might roll into the rough. Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
Can't think of any better momentum. Obviously, the players firing on all cylinders. Sit back, watch, and enjoy it.
Come on, you're better than that. This one looks to be bunker bound, Rich. Not good. That's disappointing from one bunker to the next.
That's just shit. Just make you lose, bro.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 28 feet from the cup.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Nice line. Yep, you'll take that. Lydia Ko is currently on top of things right now. Teeing off here at the 3rd hole.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
Now this is important. This for par.
That's well holed. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 4th.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
A sensational shot and a chance for a birdie here on the 4th. Just 10 feet to the cup here. Steady on. Putting for a par now. He'll be disappointed with that one. That was a pushed putt. And this one will be for bogey. And it's Lydia Ko in top spot. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine.
Huge mounding down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. The bunker down the right-hand side, to be fair, is not that bad. But a little further right of that, though, that's the water. You want no part of it. Second shot is downhill to a green. To be fair, that's mostly flat, runs from back left to front right, but one of the more benign greens on this layout.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. Big par saver coming up for this fella. One wheat bix too many, I think. Just 3 feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for bogey.
Time to tee off at the 6th.
I missed the tree. I thought that was a really cool feature of this hole. You had to flight it underneath the tree back in the day to find the fairway. The bunker down the left-hand side has been expanded quite a bit as the lake on the left-hand side has been added as well. The front part of this green is protected by tall palm trees that will certainly make you think on your second shots. This is a wonderful little par 4.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Has to putt this one downhill.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Nice little putt to hole, that one. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Setting up now on a par 4.
Difficult par 4, 451 yards. Water and sand all the way down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right. Find the green with your second and sprint to the next hole, making 4.
Handy effort, that one. From around 140 yards here. That's a shame. Had a chance to hit the green, but couldn't quite get there.
Greens in regulation have not been in order today. They need to improve on this.
Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. Oh, just missed. A bogey putt awaits. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. We've reached the 8th hole.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. It looks like he pushed that one. Bogey putt coming up here. That will work.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
Here we are at the final hole on the front 9.
Looking to bounce back after that bogey at the last. That wasn't pretty. Hopefully this one is better.
Sadly, this one will make a splash. Henny, how's that ball lying?
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the second cut. This is not sitting nicely.
Bit untidy, wasn't it? Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Oops, this one's headed for the rough.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
Another missed green in regulation. They got to do better.
Nine feet to the cup. That's a disappointing stroke. That's a push. This putt here for double bogey. Make sure you make this one. And it's Lydia Ko on top of the leaderboard. Well, it's time to clear the mind of that double bogey. Step up onto the tee with a bit more confidence.
Just to make
That's
you
a
lose
tad
the game,
disappointing,
bro.
isn't it?
What do you mean, bro?
Second shot here at the 10th. That's straight into the trees.
Just to make you lose, bro. What do you mean, bro? What am I playing?
And here we are with the third shot. Choosing the 9-iron here. Well, this could alter the line of the shot. It's fair to say that wasn't their best shot.
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
This is their fifth shot. Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
That hole's done. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. Let's hope that double bogey doesn't haunt them on this one. That was tough.
Par 5, 558 yards long. Avoid the fairway bunkers on the left-hand side, and you might have a hope of going forward in 2. However, you better be brave and you better know what you're doing, because this green will call you out on the second shots if you're not careful.
You like that, didn't you? Playing this shot from about 170 yards out. Where will this one end up? He hit that pretty loose. Yep, that's a water ball. Playing their 5th shot.
This one's going to the right.
Straight push.
Always a tough shot to get out of.
They've got to use all the bounce and strength that they can muster. This is sitting down.
Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double. That's a fine effort, that one. You always want to putt those ones stone dead. And it's New Zealand's Lydia Ko who leads here as we head to the next.
Little Cove was gonna win. She ain't make no mistakes. Seriously.
Well, you're in the hands of the tree gods now. That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
They tried to make me lose this game, bro. What do you mean, bro? They want me to
This
win. I
line's
won my
not
last
right.
tournament, but I'm gonna lose this tournament yet. When I made my effort, I tried. What am I supposed to do?
Time now for the 4th shot. Oh, 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these. Okay, steady now. This next putt for double bogey. Okay,
Double
let's
bogey,
head to the
bro.
next.
What do you mean?
Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage.
4-stroke advantage.
Let's see what happens here
guy.
at the 13th.
So many different levels to this green. On the par 3, playing 181 yards from the back. You can get it close. You can even make a hole in 1. But watch out, if you hit the wrong spot on the green, it'll be difficult to 2-putt from there. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
He has this putt to save his par. Ouch, that hurts. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Yeah, you'll take that. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. Playing from around 190 yards out. Opting for the 5-iron. Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. Setting up here with a very long putt. Well, It's a bit disappointing. Yeah, that putt looked pushed. This one for bogey. It's back-to-back bogeys here. Got to turn this momentum around.
Yeah, making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
I can't do nothing. I'm gonna lose this tournament because I'm not hitting
That's
the
an
green.
awful error.
Bogey.
Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
I really like the look of this.
I
It
lost,
couldn't
yeah.
be lying any more perfect.
Unless
This
something
one's heading
dramatic
towards the
happens,
rough, I think.
I'm gonna lose, bro.
Getting ready to play their third.
Unless something dramatic happens, I'm gonna lose.
If he makes this, he'll save his par. Looks like they may have pushed that one. It's just about 3 feet away. And makes it for the bogey. Teeing off here on the 16th hole.
Ideally, players want to take their tee shots from right to left. Start off that fairway bunker and move it left back in the fairway. Anything down the left-hand side can get caught up into those trees and really cause players issues with their layup. You find the fairway, now you have a massive decision to make. Go for it or bail out to the left, thinking that's the safe play. It really is not. You have to be brave and try and find this green with your second shot. If not, it could come up and bite you.
Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
That'll sting a bit. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Oh, so close, but an easy par. It never feels nice. A 3-putt par here. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Teeing off here on the 17th hole.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 140 yards.
Yeah, well played. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
This is a 12-footer here.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this one's for quadruple bogey. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. All right, one more hole to go. The 18.
It's just one of the most difficult, visually intimidating holes I think you'll ever face in your life. Somehow, try and hit it down the right-hand side of the fairway, keep it out of the rough, and from there, hit it out to the right-hand side of the green somehow, also keeping it out of the rough or that pot bunker short right. Listen, you'd be happy to make 5 here, that's for sure. 4s are magnificent. 3s are unicorns. They really don't happen that much. It is such a difficult, demanding finishing hole, probably one of the toughest in championship golf.
Didn't that look good for a long time? Putting now for a bogey. And that brings to an end his event. Well, unfortunately, not able to secure back-to-back victories here, but you've got to be impressed with the performance overall.
I'm very impressed with how this player battled, trying to get that back-to-back win, coming up a little bit shy, nothing to hang your head about.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
I lost. I lost. Won't be off this game, chat. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. Thanks for watching.
New notification.